gone to jail.
The BBC's Jonathan Head. Pressure is mounting on Ukrainian President Zelensky to take stronger action to show accountability in the face of a corruption scandal, presenting the greatest threat to his government since the Russian invasion began. Zelensky has dismissed 2 top officials, imposed sanctions on close associates after investigators revealed that $100 million had been embezzled. Townhall.com. President Trump is looking into another international conflict. It's the brutal civil war in Sudan.
He said he was urged into action by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
It was not on my charts to be involved in that. I thought it was just something that was crazy and out of control.
The fighting for control of Sudan has killed more than 40,000 people and created the world's worst humanitarian crisis, with over 14 million people displaced. The president has claimed to have ended several wars since returning to office and has openly lobbied for the Nobel Peace Prize. Ed Donahue, Washington.
Meta has started notifying young Australians to download their digital histories and delete their accounts from Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. This comes ahead of a new law banning social media for the under-16 crowd in Australia. Platforms must comply with the new age restrictions by the 10th of December. More on these stories at townhall.com.
People often ask about the initials after mine and Monty's names. Those initials are CFP, Certified Financial Planner. As a CFP, we will do our best to help you in the attainment of your financial goals while protecting those assets with proper insurance coverage. We encourage the team approach of holistic financial planning by working alongside your CPA and attorney. This is Gay Pike with Caledonian Financial in historic downtown Columbia. Let's make a plan.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic Wealth Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
We are a championship school, and school is in session.
Makes a catch, makes them bang into each other, stays on his feet, breaks a tackle, scores, scores, scores!
Join us Saturday as the Crimson Tide take on the Eastern Illinois Panthers. Our coverage begins at 10 a.m. on your home for Alabama football, the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC. Parks Motor Sales was founded by my granddad, Bobby Parks, and my great-granddad, Julian Mays, in 1958. We've been family-owned the whole time, and being family-owned, locally owned, means you get to get your next vehicle or your existing vehicle serviced by the same people who stand in the grocery line with you, drop their kids off at the same school you do, and smile and are happy to see you when they do. So come see us at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee on 919 Nashville Highway or parksmotorsales.com.
This is Del Kennedy, Front Porch Radio. I just love Holland's Pharmacy on Hatcher Lane. When I come in, they know my name, the service is friendly, and the price is competitive. Lately, I've had mobility issues and have been using a cane. They have a new drive-in window. Help for people like me to do business at Holland's Pharmacy. 931-388-4233. 931-388-4233.
You're not just a homeowner, you're also an ice maker that didn't read the job description owner. Fortunately, you've got heating and cooling built and tested to keep going. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call Davis Heating and Cooling at 931-388-2090 for all your home comfort needs. Davis Heating and Cooling is your local independent American Standard dealer and proudly serves the Murray County area. Find Davis Heating and Cooling online and on Facebook or call today, 388-2090.
For 40 years, the Jewelers Bench has worked hard for their customers and provided the highest quality jewelry at the best price. They keep going back. Recent renovations have allowed them to expand their inventory. More high-quality jewelry, custom vintage and estate pieces, and professional jewelry and watch repairs. They also buy gold. The Jewelers Bench, still here, still great service. 808 Trotwood Avenue, Columbia.
The generations that have paved the way for us deserve respect, integrity, and compassion. This is Kelly Dobson, owner of Caring Hearts Home Healthcare. My grandmother and mother started this business in 2005, and I was honored to take over in 2012. Licensed and insured, we help our aging community stay in the comfort of their own homes. Online at CaringHeartsHomeHealthCareLLC.com, by phone 931-381-5470, or in person at 1121 Trotwood Avenue here in Columbia. That's Caring Hearts Home Healthcare.
Hey, this is Seth Moss at Tennessee Valley Equipment, a premier FAE PrimeTech, Bandit, and Surex dealer. We are your dealer for all of your land clearing and forestry mulching needs. We sell equipment, provide repair service, and parts along with a rental fleet of mulching equipment. We also offer mulching teeth, blades, and sharpening. Our number one priority is getting you up and running as quickly and affordable as possible. Tennessee Valley is located at 300 Santa Fe Pike in wonderful Columbia, Tennessee. Stop by or give us a call today at 931-981-9812.
What's your favorite radio station?
101.7 WKOM.
Oh!
Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to caution you to keep this fight clean at all times, and what I say you must obey.
Live from the WKOM studio in downtown Columbia, it's time to wake up and get woke. It's Three Dudes with a View.
Let's get it all!
Good Thursday morning, Southern Middle Tennessee. It's Three Dudes with a View. I'm Clayton Harris filling in for Del Kennedy this morning. It is a foggy Thursday morning. And we are joined, as always, by dude number one, Mr. Jim York. Good morning, Mr. York.
Good morning, Clayton. Good morning, everybody. Clayton, I got a little report about the public school system after we introduce everybody.
All right, that'll be great, Mr. York. We're joined, as always, by a special guest dude, favorite son, native son of Columbia, 1977 graduate of Columbia Central High School, Ron Hart. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning.
And son of Ron Hart, Jeb Hart. Good morning, Jeb.
Morning, y'all. Sorry, I'm driving. I apologize.
It's all right. Still sounds good. And we are
running away from home.
We're also
running away from home.
We are also joined by Thursday special guest dude. And as Delco always says, his blood runs deep blue. That's why we call him Papa Smurf. Mike Roden.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Jeb, be careful. Keep yours on.
Oh, I'm not looking at y'all.
Good.
Ain't much to say.
I'm familiar with your work. I know what I'm going. Know what I'm into.
Very good.
I mean, no Hawaiian shirt on today, so I'm not.
No, but I got bedhead. I got bedhead, so I'm wearing a cap.
You didn't put the eye candy on for me, so it's not worth the distraction.
It's turning winter. Leaves are turning.
That's right.
Mr. York, you said you have a report on Maury County Public Schools.
Yeah, Maury County Public Schools had a little forum yesterday, sponsored by Maury Alliance for the state of education in Maury County, and we've made some, according to the administrator, Mr. Ventura, made some pretty good progress in the last year. For instance, TCAP scores went up from 19, about 34 percentile in proficiency. Math went up about 10 points. Science went up about 9 points. Social studies went up about 18 points.
Those are huge numbers. Huge jumps.
They're huge numbers, big jumps. And they're doing a great job on what they're trying to do. They're fourth in 16 county area for the ELA proficiency. So that's very good. All the southern counties, we're competing with them. One thing that did stand out that they mentioned, and it's an issue, and that's chronic absenteeism.
Yes,
we're at an 18% level in absenteeism, and that's it's no fault of the. I guess it's the fault of the parents and the school, the way things are counted, because you have to be there a full day, a certain number of hours to get credit for the student being there. But what we're finding, what they've relayed, was that sometimes people are scheduling dental appointments, doctor's appointments, and I know they have to schedule those, but I guess what they're asking, would people be more mindful of how they schedule those appointments so that they don't affect the absenteeism issues of the whole school system. So that's just a scheduling thing. Maybe they can schedule appointments a little later in the afternoon after school has begun.
What changes has Maury County made, like just practically speaking, in order to get these gains in the scores? Like, what are the steps they've taken to make this
We'll
progress.
move in the county.
I would say
county's getting a lot of people moving in from different places, probably big houses.
Well, they get more
Stability.
money and they get more resources into the school system.
I bet that's not true.
I would argue stability is a big key, and I think we've had some stability over the past.
Governor Lee, Scott Sapecki, they really are in good shape, right, Mr. York?
Say what?
Mr. Governor Lee and Scott Sapecki have shown leadership on this.
Well, they put more money into the school system after many years of lip service across the state about doing something. They've actually put some money into the system.
Well, I mean, would that not fall into kind of Ronnie's initial point about people moving in? Because the vast majority of public education is funded through property taxes, and if the values go up or more people move in, there's larger revenue pool to pull from.
Yeah, but you don't raise taxes because people move in, I mean,
No,
that's
not.
a gradual process.
By definition, you got more houses to tax and more expensive houses to tax.
I'm talking about the state contribution. The county typically does a maintenance of effort or improved maintenance of effort, which could be as little as $1 more than what they supported the school system with the previous year. But the state has asked for a number of different interventions, and they've also put some money to get more teachers, to pay teachers better, to do the resources that students need in schools.
I'll tell you another thing too that I think has been really big is back to the stability piece. I can remember 5, 6, 7 years ago where there was tons of job openings in the district. That is not the case anymore. I know they may still have some openings, but it is nothing like it was 5 or 6 years ago. I mean, they seem to be very well staffed now. So I think that's a big piece. And I tell you something I noticed this year that I've never noticed before, and I think a lot of this has to do with the transfer rule that State Representative Sapecki brought forward this year. I saw a lot more kids going from private schools into the public system maybe for the first time ever. And I think a lot of it has to do with that ability to be able to transfer and stay eligible. And to me, when you're getting those students back in the public school system, that also will help your numbers as well when it comes to testing and other things.
Yeah, but you got an increase in homeschooling also, Clayton.
You do. Yep.
Yeah.
You
so that's the increase of homeschooling and resources seems to be the big thing that's helping the system. Like you said, stability. Yeah, I think she reported that we're in single digit need for teachers in the public system, and I can remember when that was a triple digit number.
Absolutely.
Do homeschooling numbers count towards the county's overall grade on the standardized testing metrics?
No, it has no bearing on it.
I didn't think so.
Are they higher? Are there traditionally homeschool kids higher testing or lower testing than the public school system?
I have no idea. You'd have to. I don't think they even have to divulge that. It's like private schools. They don't have to divulge that test.
No. I think there are tests they take just to keep that thing alive, right, Clayton?
Yeah, there's several different versions of it, and it varies by state. But there are basically you can't because truism and a bunch of other things like you have to show that you're teaching a kid in order to maintain, whatever version of quote unquote accreditation you have as a homeschool. And the numbers, to the best of my knowledge, are several percentage points higher, but it's kind of the same thing as I just
Googled it, looked at it here. They're consistently higher and it's compared in the form of SAT and ACTs, which is the standardized test I guess they all take. So you can't compare Iowa to, I guess, to California or whatever, but that ACT and SAT, which is ultimately what every kid's kind of studying toward to go to college, is much higher for homeschool kids.
Well, the big takeaway though from that conference was the absenteeism, and parents. I implore parents to find a way so their kid won't miss classes, won't miss a school day. Find a way to schedule the things that they need, so it helps the system have the proper attendance that it should. I remember when we had the Adopt a School program. We did the first Adopt a School program Bell South did in Santa Fe, and the absentee issue was paramount. It was like 40% of the kids were coming to school. We started doing activities for kids different events for kids, and we got it up to a 93 percentile level.
Well,
and
you think-
kids
you
did
think
not
that-
want to miss school because they were crying. They even wanted to go to school sick because they wanted to go to school because we had different activities for them to
Homeschool kids have-
participate in.
Homeschool
You
kids
think
have a hard
that-
time. They probably have a high attendance record. Homeschool kids.
You think
Probably
that
most of them are valedictorians too.
you think that the 18% absentee rate is due to misscheduling of doctor's appointments?
Well, I'm not
feel like
saying, it's a number of things, but they
a number of
mentioned that
things,
was
but I think that's
sometimes
not the priority.
sometimes people schedule their kids in the morning or pull them out of school and schedule them in the afternoon, and they miss part, and that's counted. After
but
you
that
bring them
doesn't-
late, you bring them late.
18% of absenteeism. That's more of a structural thing of people not wanting to go to school. I don't think. Sure, everybody has a doctor's appointment or a dentist or something that pops up, like that, but that's not 18% of your reasons.
Well, I don't know all the details. I know they said it was a problem.
I'm looking at this.
Absenteeism is a problem.
The biggest study on homeschool kids, they're 15 to 25 percentage points higher than public school kids on their testing, standardized testing. It's pretty good. That's pretty doggone good. But social skills,
I've
they
been
quite lack
open book.
social skills, but
that falls under the kind of the, how there's that statistic that flossing adds 5 years to your life.
self-selecting.
Yeah, it's not that flossing does. If you're the person that chooses to floss, you probably do a lot of other things in your life that are health beneficial. If you're a person that's going to take the time out and actively homeschool a child, that signifies a lot of other factors within.
Yeah, you're just lucky I didn't homeschool you.
Jesus, I'd have been.
Imagine that. Oh Lord,
The FBI
would be here
most
today.
wanted
You talk about school shooting.
I mean, school embezzlement.
It's going to depend on the parent. I think I've shared before that I have a niece in Virginia who homeschooled her kids up to, I think, the middle school years, and then sent them to public schools. And when they did go to public schools, they were way ahead of everybody else because she was a great teacher at home. So, it's really going to come down to what kind of teacher you are if you're going to homeschool your kids.
And Mr.
Why class sizes should be smaller, Mike. Class
They are at
sizes
home.
should be smaller
Well,
because
one.
they are at home.
That comes, Mr. York, you're the chairman of the school board at one time. I mean, there are consequences though for parents if the absenteeism gets to. I mean, they get summoned to juvenile court. Do they not?
Truancy.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't want to see that take place because if the school system turns in the names of parents that have children in school that's not attending, that can be a problem court-wise. But I don't think Murray County's gone to that extent at this time. They're just putting the word out that absenteeism is a problem, and they hope people can bring that together so it doesn't become a worse problem.
Well,
I want to make sure I didn't misunderstand you. You said you don't want it to come to that, but the issue is, the parents and other things. So you have a fear that they might be held accountable based on the truancy laws that exist for quite a while, and you don't want them to enforce that and hope it just organically fixes itself?
Well, if the authorities are doing their job, it would become a problem, Jeff. They would turn certain kids' names in or parents' names in that's keeping their kids out of school. But that we're not there
And you don't
yet.
want that? You don't
No,
want
we
that?
don't want that. We want people to voluntarily do what they should do and get their kids to school.
And I think the
I'm
point
assuming
is,
it would have to reach a chronic point.
Yeah.
There have to be like several days of absences in a row before the authorities got involved with truancy.
and I think the big point is too is that you look at this fantastic growth that you talk about. It would be even better if we could get everybody at school. I think that's the key takeaway here. I mean, just imagine what the growth could be if we got everybody to school. And so, I see why that's a big key issue of why they want to make sure that kids are at school. Kids need to be at school.
The population is growing, hadn't grown outlandish in this county. We're still around 12,000 plus kids.
I would say that absenteeism isn't just a problem for Murray County. Though. I
Correct.
think it's probably nationwide. I have a nephew who's a principal in Arkansas, and he reports this problem as well. But the good news is the scores that Mr. York was mentioning earlier, and I think that's a great credit to the Maury County Public Schools.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Parents are a lot softer than they used to be, because I'm telling you, my mom, she was a retired school teacher. She had a rule: if you didn't have a fever over 100, you were going to school. I mean, there's just no way around it.
I miss one day of school because I live right across the street from school.
That's something that I'm trying to like put my head down on, because like my school, if I was even late, like I would get stuck in traffic, they would call home to the parents and be like, Jeb's late.
You got detention, man, or you got a demerit, and then once you got a certain amount of demerits, you got detention. So I don't even think they have detention anymore.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, yeah, the accountability of it, like there has to be some sort of, you feel like you're kind of screwing yourself if you don't do the things that are expected of you.
You should just do Didn't you have a haircut issue too, Jeb? Didn't they test your haircut? You said who wears the pants in the family?
Yeah, well, that was a separate issue.
I never minded my kids getting in trouble as long as it was funny.
I mean, yeah, we
would always lose his pencil.
As long as it was good, solid material.
we had good, very, very strict haircut policy. It couldn't touch the collar and it couldn't touch your eyebrows. And I don't look good with a short haircut. I got an odd shaped head, which is why I got long hair. And I flirted with it and spent a lot of time in detention for it. But sometimes, you got to fight for your right to party.
All right, Maury County school system, doing a great job. Keep improving, and that was the theme also. They wanted to keep improving on what they were doing.
Heading in the right direction. Speaking of, we're heading to a break. We'll be back right after this.
I'll see y'all next week. I was driving to a doctor's appointment, so I'm popping in. Y'all have a good one.
See you, man.
Watch the glove. Watch the glove, Jeff.
Turn my head and cough, baby.
We are going to break. This is the greatest radio station, the most highly respected radio station in southern Middle Tennessee. We love it. 3 Dudes with a View, and we'll be right back.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
A young team of Titans take the field this fall with a new voice to tell the story and a new face of the franchise.
The Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
Join us all this fall for the excitement of the 2025 season. Taylor Zarzer, Coach Dave McGinnis, and our entire crew bring Titans football to you.
Right here on Front Porch Radio, WKOM 101.7 FM.
This is Mark Curry at the Trailer Store. We are a local, family-owned business. Every day, I work with my wife, Susie, my mother, Becky, and my son, Justin. We offer a full line of lawnmower trailers, utility trailers, stock trailers, and a full line of trailer parts. We also offer service. Come see us at 1021 New Lewisburg Highway. Call us at 931-381-2795. That's 931-381-2795.
It's Gear Up time. Academy Sports and Outdoors is now open in Columbia. Need a football jersey that says, "My team is unrivaled, and so is my dry rub"? We got you. A fishing reel that says, "Sorry, I can't take your call. I'm at the lake." We got that too. How about a new pair of kicks that scream, "I'm not sweating, I'm glistening with confidence"? You got it. At Academy, we have all the gear you need for less. Because here, fun can't lose. Check out our new Academy in Columbia at 800 James M. Campbell Boulevard.
Hi, I'm Morgan Luck, a local licensed insurance agent with Health Markets Insurance Agency in Columbia, Tennessee. Turning 65 and choosing the right Medicare plan for you can be confusing. Let me help you find a plan that best fits your needs and budget. Call 615-586-9906 to speak with a licensed insurance agent for a free appointment, virtually by phone or in person, to review your specific needs and help find a plan that's right for you. Health Markets Insurance Agency Incorporated is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts. Service and product availability may vary by state. Agents may be compensated based on enrollment. No obligation to enroll.
Folks, it's that time of year, and what better way to celebrate the holidays than to come to the Best of Christmas Variety Show at the Mulehouse Theater in Columbia. It's an unforgettable celebration of music, laughter, and cheer. Experience the Christmas songs you love, brought to life by an extraordinary cast of world-class singers and musicians. One day only, Monday, December 22nd, with shows at 3 and 7 p.m. Bring your family and friends and make this Christmas one to remember. Get your tickets now at themulehouse.com.
Let's talk custom design jewelry. Did you know Tillis Jewelry in downtown Columbia creates custom design jewelry and has been for over 30 years? From one-of-a-kind engagement rings to wedding bands and so much more. We want each piece to be as unique as you are and create a family heirloom for tomorrow. Call today and make an appointment with one of our designers. And just for calling, you will receive a free 30-minute consultation. Tillis Jewelry, creating custom jewelry proudly in Tennessee.
This is Del Kennedy, owner of Kennedy Broadcasting Company, operator of WKRM, historically 1340 AM, now FM 103.7, and WKOM, FM 101.7. We call ourselves Front Porch Radio, and I've said many times what that means. It means that we are working to connect this southern Middle Tennessee community one listener, one relationship at a time. Let me elaborate on what that means. We will relentlessly promote jobs, commerce, business, industry, education, arts, green space, music, rivers, the great outdoors, healthcare, churches, charities, sports, agriculture, and all the great people of southern Middle Tennessee. Join us, help us, call us. Front Porch Radio, Del Kennedy. Thank you for listening.
This is Debbie Matthews with the Nashville Realty Group, and if you've been paying attention, you know the housing market has been tough, but rates are beginning to thaw. So if you're thinking about selling, the time to jump in is getting better every day. But if you're thinking about buying, and those interest rates are still a little bit too high, a good agent knows how to negotiate interest rate buydowns, and I'm a good agent. So call me, Debbie Matthews with Nashville Realty Group, 615-476-3224.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, but they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Murray County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook.
And welcome back to Thursday edition of Three Dudes with a View. I'm Clayton Harris, filling in for Del Kennedy this morning, and joined as always by dude number one, Mr. Jim York. Good morning, Mr. York.
Good morning, Clayton. Did you hear about any of them illegal cows?
Illegal cows?
Yeah, go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish introducing people. Me and Mike will tell you about it.
Okay.
Well, it must be politically against Trump. So yeah, let's hear about it.
Yes, I think I did hear. Maybe you mentioned this yesterday, Monsieur. Let's introduce everybody. Regular special guest dude, Ron Hart. Good morning, Ron.
Present.
And Thursday special guest dude, Mike Rode.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Yeah, I think it was on one of the Sunday shows last Sunday. Treasury Secretary Bessent said that the reason why we're having a lot of problems with our cows, with diseases, cattle disease, and the prices are going up on beef, is because the illegal immigrants were bringing their cows across the border. Which, I guess that border problem was bigger than we thought. If they're having they're having cattle drives across, maybe a little
grasping for straws a little bit, aren't you?
Yeah, they didn't have any hoof prints to kind of keep up with them either,
Well, if Mike, you did you? I don't know if you heard yesterday's show, but we had Charlie Hatcher on. This was his second time on with us. He's running for the congressional 5th against, and he owns the Hatcher Dairy Farms. But he was saying one of the big issues is, because I think Mr. York brought this up yesterday, was that cattle in this country are at the lowest number that they've been in like 75 years. So That's the big issue.
Yeah, I think it's true. I think a lot of smaller ranches, smaller farms have gone under. They're being bought up by other people, and that's one issue. I'm sure there's a lot of issues as to why there are less cattle producers there than there used to be. But I think it's something that the Department of Agriculture probably should get involved with, and maybe encourage more cattle production. But yeah, I don't think it's because immigrants are bringing their cattle across the border. I think that was
thing that got me, Mike. He said that with a straight face, Scott Bessett.
He's not
like
straight.
it was 100% and 130% straight. Huh? I didn't say he was straight. I said he said it with a straight face.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He's not straight though, Mr. York.
I mean, that's incredible.
I think
that's what y'all are down to. Cattle across the soybeans about a month ago. Soybeans were a big deal for you. What y'all gonna be down to? What y'all gonna be down to next? Like not enough toilet paper in public restrooms.
Tennessee only has a smidget of soybeans sold to China. Only a smidget.
Okay.
The market is not where it used to be.
Well, my goodness. Okay.
Nebraska's still having a problem. All the western states that produce a lot of Missouri is still having a major problem in sales of soybeans.
Yeah. Well, you care about capitalism all of a sudden, right?
Well, I don't know. I can only speak for myself. I've always cared about it. My dad was a farmer. I know what it's like to have your markets dry up. So yeah, I mean, I think we need to take care of our farmers. We need to take care of our cattle ranchers, and yeah.
How are you gonna take care of them?
Capitalists. I think maybe
just a minute ago you said there was. This is synopsized the different Republicans and Democrats. A minute ago you said there weren't enough cows. The government needs to do something to increase the amount of cows. Then it's like Soviet Union. What?
Well, I said the Department of Agriculture should look into the issue, see ways.
Yeah, but that's your guy, and I get it. That clearly defines the difference between Clayton, you, me, and Mr. York. You think that when the cattle is a little blip in the cattle market, that the government must then get involved.
I said look into it, see if there are ways the government can help. What? The government is not the solution to every problem. I don't believe that, but it can be a solution. It can be part of the solution.
Farmland is drying up, Ron. That's one issue.
Drying up.
I mean, you're getting less farmland. There are less people farming and producing cattle
productivity off the current land. I believe. I think the numbers show that the productivity per acre is way up.
It's like Mr. Hatcher said yesterday. Though you can only have one heifer can only have one cow. So I mean, or one baby calf. So I mean, this is going to take a while for it to kind of. Then we had the same issue with chickens. Was it last year or back in the spring with eggs? I mean,
bird flu.
The bird flu took out over 1 million chickens out of the market. It made prices go up. I mean, it's just.
I just thought it was real rich for Betsy, as Treasury Secretary, to make an idiotic statement like that.
Why was it idiotic again?
Because he said immigrants were bringing cows across the border.
Soros paid cows, Ron.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, I got something here. This is courtesy of Betsy Phillips of the Nashville Scene. She writes for the Nashville Scene. And she makes this is an interesting little tidbit here. Lee Beeman, you all know Lee Beeman. He was he's a big Republican donor. He also was a big car dealer. I think he's got rid of his dealerships.
TVA, though. He runs TVA.
Well, that's just it. He wanted to be on the board of the TVA, even though by his own admission, his qualifications were rather thin. He told the Nashville Business Journal, I'm certainly no expert on it, but I feel like I'm a quick learner. But he said that he called a guy named Bob Ritchie. Bob Ritchie is the real name of Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Kid Rock. He called Kid Rock and said he'd like to be on the TVA board. And Kid Rock said, sure, I'll call Donald right now. And 20 minutes later, he called Lee Beeman back and said, I just talked to him and you're in. So the question that Miss Phillips raises is Kid Rock the most powerful person in Tennessee?
He might be.
Posada might be too pretty quick, mate. Since he got his pardon.
Is George Clooney the most important person in the Democrat Party? He got rid of Biden.
He did get rid of Biden.
George Clooney, he was one of the voices that was prominent. I wouldn't say he by himself.
Maybe a voice is prominent. I don't know.
I didn't say he was the only.
TVA's a bit of a mess, Mike. I'm in Chattanooga, where they're kind of based over here, and they're paying this CEO like $4 million to run a monopoly, which is ridiculous. And there's dysfunction a little bit in the TVA, and they haven't gone up after nuclear well enough, quick enough, et cetera. So there are some issues. I think maybe bringing a fresh, face or whatever. I know this Beeman guy, he has quite a track record or something, but he's a car dealer and all that comes with that.
He's he's a big supporter of our congressman now, Andy Ogles.
He's a big Ogles supporter. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, he's and I read his deposition, one of his divorces. It's very interesting. But
what do y'all think's gonna happen with Casada getting pardoned?
Who's Casada?
Glenn Casada,
He's the
former House Speaker.
House Speaker and his aide. That's gonna throw a wrench in the wheel for Sexton, because Sexton was part of that, supposedly part of getting him indicted.
You think Casada's going to try to make a comeback? Political comeback?
Well, I'm wondering how much friction it's going to cause in the state legislature when he's now free to roam and do what he wants to do.
Well, he ran for Williamson County clerk or something, Mike, and got beat. So I think it's over for Casada.
Even with the pardon, I think he's done politically. But Mr. Wright's got a point. He could be a voice. He could go around causing trouble. That's true.
Sure.
Especially for Sexton in the House leadership.
Yeah.
And speaking of the House, we did get a message during the break that from State Representative Scott Cepicky that the NAEP scores are used nationally to compare states. And the last 5 years, Tennessee has gone from 46 to 23 in the country in our scoring. So that's fantastic.
Good for them. And it's got to be some gentrification too. These people moving here from other states, and there's some smart people in California, smart enough to move out of there.
But they're dumb when they live in California, right? But they're smart when they move out.
Well, the smarter ones move out. It's called brain drain.
That's probably true. I think it's more the conservative people who are moving to a more conservative state. That's probably true.
Yeah, and they're probably smart enough, had the money to do it and whatever. And there's a lot of reasons, I guess, for it. But it's good. That's good for the state. I mean, it should be better. We were kind of a poor high school. When I was in high school, Columbia High School. We had no money. We taught driver's ed and sex ed in the same car. So that was.
Oh gosh.
Right.
Well,
the housing market certainly has shot up since the California people have moved in. So they're which is good news for the value of your house. Bad news if you're trying to buy another one. So
right.
Yeah, but California still leads the nation in productivity and resources. They're number 4 in the world in GDP.
Because they're so big, Mr. York. There's 40 million people out there.
But they're producing. They're producing.
So in your mind, the way you do things, you compare California to Rhode Island. You think that's a fair comparison on gross numbers. That's how you logically go about things. Same way you do.
California's got more resources.
You got to do percent.
Texas is a big state. I don't know where it ranks if you separate Texas from the rest of the states. And
I think the trajectory. Give me if I'm a stock buyer, you give me the trajectory of Texas versus the trajectory of California.
California's number 1. Texas is probably 3, and Florida's probably 4.
You know what I'm doing on my arbitrage desk? I'm short in California. I'm going long Texas.
That's good.
No, I get it. All right, fellas, we're up against our final break of the show. We'll take it real quick, and we'll be back right after this.
This is Barry Duke, and you're listening to 101.7 WKOM Columbia.
We are going to break at WKOM. This is the greatest radio station, the most highly respected radio station in southern Middle Tennessee. We love it.
Hello, my name is Zach Maddox. I'm a proud third-generation owner-operator of Columbia Paint and Wallcover, founded by my grandfather, Ralph Maddox, in 1946. We offer a variety of paint and wallcovering products, but our passion is customer service. We can offer many personalized services and can come out to your house or business if needed.
Come visit us at our Columbia location or our new Spring Hill location behind Church of the City, or visit us online at paintcolumbia.com.
Looking for something to take your mind off this traffic? How about a true story of instant success? Did you hear about the 2 friends who went grocery shopping in Ashland City and picked up everything on their list plus $75,000? Or the one where a truck driver made a last-minute stop off Interstate 40 and drove off with a cool million. All their lives changed in an instant, and yours could too. So stop by your local retailer for your chance with instant games from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing, life-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Junior.
Yep.
Lady?
Yeah, they have it.
Gigantic.
You know it.
What about mega?
Yep, they've got that one too. When it comes to Jumbo Bucks, winning is the name of the game. In fact, Tennessee Lottery players win an average of $2.3 million a day on Jumbo Bucks games alone. So find your jumbo-sized fun today. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Jumbo Jumbo?
Oh yeah, they even have that one.
Hiller's here, you don't need to worry. If you're stuck without any heat, we'll be there in a hurry. Hiller's here to help you right away. We'll be there to fix you up, call the Happy Face Truck today. Yes, Hiller's here, so never fear, call the Happy Face Truck today. Hiller!
Happy holidays from the Hiller family. Take advantage of our current specials and deals at happyhiller.com.
A1 Tree Removal is there for the community in times of need. If you have fallen trees or broken branches and limbs that you need removed, contact A1 Tree Removal. Licensed and insured, A1 Tree Removal is a family-owned business that is locally owned and operated. If you have trees down and need help today, call or text Luke at 931-359-3113. That's 931-359-3113. Give A1 Tree Removal a call or check them out on Facebook today for all of your tree servicing needs.
How can you measure the value of education-based athletics? Well, the value is in what makes it invaluable. That's because school sports aren't just about winning, they're about learning and growing. School sports aren't just about gaining trophies and accolades, they're about learning life lessons, bringing a whole community together, developing character and integrity, having coaches who mentor you, and teammates who become lifelong friends. And you can't put a price on any of that. That's what makes education-based athletics invaluable. Of course, when you participate in school sports, you want to win and become a better athlete, but the purpose is so much greater, becoming a better person. Support your local school sports programs. And if you have a student, encourage them to get involved.
This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This Saturday, November 22nd, Hood & Hester Realty and Auction Company will sell at auction 2 real estate investment opportunities. First, at 10 a.m., a home and 2.5 acres at 4348 West Point Road in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee. Then at 11:30, a vacant mobile home and 1/2 acre at 170 Baptist Branch Road in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee. For more information, visit hoodandhester.com. That's hoodandhester.com, or call us at 931-244-7555.
Usually it's too late when you realize what you had. So hold on loosely, but don't let it go. If you cling too tightly,
And welcome back to Three Dudes with a View, Thursday edition, final segment of the week. And as always, joined by dude number one, Mr. Jim York. Good morning, Mr. York.
Good morning, Clayton. Good morning, everybody. Why did Trump surround himself with all these zeros? Pam Bondi, Halligan, Kash Patel, Bongino. A lot of people who are loyal, but no skill.
We got to talk about Hannigan before we, after the introductions. Yeah.
Also joined by Thursday's special guest dude, Mike Roden. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, everyone.
And as always, joined by special guest dude, Ron Hart. Good morning, Ron.
Morning. So what do y'all complain about now? We got a little something, little tea, little hall room gossip like 8th grade girls.
Yeah. Yesterday, it came out in open court that the James Comey indictment was not presented, the final indictment was not presented to the full grand jury.
Ooh, a little paperwork error. Ooh.
Well, it's a big deal. I mean, look, there were 3 counts, and the grand jury came back with a no true bill, which means they're not indicting on 1 count, and then a true bill, meaning they would indict on the other 2. So what she had to do is make a new indictment with leaving off the one they said no to and presenting the one.
Get a paperwork right.
Did. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a fatal error.
Gives you
but
the
it is a
moral high
rookie
ground, doesn't
mistake.
it?
Hang on. I'm not saying it's a fatal error, but it is a big rookie mistake.
No doubt. They put her
She
in there.
should have presented it to the full.
And I
grand
agree
jury
with you. It does
and
smell pretty
okay it.
bad to put her in there, and for that, I think the lifers. But that said, Mike, you know doggone well that the lifers in the DOJ are about 80 to 90% Democrats, and that could have been an obstinate
Ain't got
Democrat
nothing to
who
do
would
with it.
easy.
Ain't got nothing to do with it,
80%
Ron.
Democrats, easy.
And we talked about this before. I would agree that probably the majority are Democrats or would lean left because people who go into government service tend to
There
be
you
more
go.
persuasion. But as
And you're talking about
example, there are
Washington,
people, a lot of
D.C.,
conservatives who go into
Arlington,
government service.
Virginia area that you're talking about 90, maybe. You're talking
wouldn't
about
say
a city
it's that
voted 95% for Hillary and Biden. So
say it's that
you're going to be pretty good there.
Law. You have to follow the law, Ron.
Oh, yeah.
law
Thanks, Ms. York.
the
Thanks for that.
appointment- You say this: the appointment of
So
this
when
lady
Comey
and the
goes
appointment of the
when
one in
Comey
New
goes
Jersey.
before Congress under oath and says he did nothing to put any information out in the media and it lied. That's the statement. Full stop.
I'm not
There. Let's
debating.
take a
I'm
breath.
not debating.
Take a breath. He didn't put anything out in the media. Then later on, they said, well, he gave this Columbia professor secret documents or internal documents who did put it out in the media and
I'm
bragged
not gonna
about
debate
it.
today.
Why did the top
That's not lying to
Republican
that's not lying to Congress.
Hang on. I'm not.
Ron,
debating
why did the
whether
top
it's-
attorney that had that case write a declination memo declining to prosecute
Because he's a
Comey?
left-wing hack.
No, he
Jack
was a
Smith.
conservative Republican in the Trump
No, he
administration.
wasn't.
Hang on. I'm not debating today the merits of the indictment against Comey. I think we've said many times on this show that everybody hates
Hey,
him.
somebody got the paperwork wrong.
Unites us in the fact that we don't like him for different reasons, maybe. But I'm not debating the issue. I'm talking about. But you have to do it the right way.
Yeah,
and
no
she
doubt
made
about
a
it.
rookie mistake. She
Yeah.
shouldn't have done that. She should have presented.
They
to
should
the-
let Charles Manson go because someone
And
did the
it may-
paperwork
and-
in Sacramento.
I don't think it's fatal in itself, but along with some other things, it might very well prove to be fatal. I don't think this indictment's going to stand up.
You're probably right.
And partly
The
because of-
process is the punishment. That's what they did to
also
Trump.
because
The
of the
process is the
statements-
punishment.
Also because of the statements that that President Trump has made that kind of put the thumb on the scales.
Yeah.
Well,
That's-
so
that's why
Alvin Bragg and Letitia James statements they made toward Trump didn't matter.
No.
That didn't matter.
We're talking
You
about
guys
the
are such
James
hypocrites.
Comey case. We're
So
talking
they-
about the James Comey case.
I know exactly what we're talking about, Mr. Jordan.
Ain't
That's
got
what we're
nothing
talking
to
about.
do with
Listen to
Alvin
that word.
Bragg.
You can't say that Alvin Bragg ran on it and Letitia James ran on getting Trump is any
that was
different than
brought
what
up.
Trump said about Comey.
Yeah, and I disagreed with that. They shouldn't have made those
Okay.
statements. And it
York
was
Dutton,
brought
of
up.
course, he's
It
so
was brought
political.
up.
He can't have any logical thought. It's reasonable.
I got logical thought because you talking about something. We're talking about Jim Comey, the trial, and what the attorney screwed up.
Do you
and you're
understand
talking
what
about
logic is,
Alvin
though?
Bragg.
You know
Two
how to
different
compare
cases.
two cases
And
from
Alvin
one
Bragg
that
was the
parallel
president.
each other. Can your mind move?
They were completely different.
They're completely different. How? What Mike is saying that this will not stand because Trump basically pointed his finger at Comey, going to get him. Alvin Bragg, Letitia James did the same thing for Trump, and they got
Well,
him.
what does,
So what's
doesn't Trump point fingers all the time?
Can you
For
connect
one
those
thing,
two in your
for one
mind?
thing, they're not the president of the United States, and for another thing, it
Oh,
was
it's a little
brought up
different.
as the defense.
She's
in
the
Trump's
district
trial,
attorney.
and it was
Or
decided.
attorney general, wherever she is, that did it. The same power.
They don't have the same power.
Are
Mike
you kidding
says
me?
Trump is the president of the United States. They don't have the same power.
Murder is prosecuted by the states. The state has an inordinate amount of power. If you're a prosecutor in the state of Tennessee or Georgia or Virginia, which you got this weirdo in Virginia who wants to kill people, kills people's kids, who's now your attorney general there, who's your prosecutor. They have an inordinate power. People don't understand the power they have. Mike does and Delk does, but you can ruin lives at just by filing something.
So is that what Trump's intent, to ruin people's lives now that he's prosecuting all these people that prosecuted cases against him?
No,
I
one's
think-
above the law.
I think that the end game is not necessarily to get them convicted. I think he just wants them to have to suffer the same things he
I
went
agree with Mike. I don't think government should be retribution. I didn't think they should do it against Trump. If it was a petty crime, they probably shouldn't have done it against Comey. But even the Democrats don't like Comey. He is an arrogant D-bag. And I think you don't go to jail for that. But there has to be an inside fastball thrown to Lois Lerner in government, all these people in government that use government power, Jack Smith, to jack people around. Someone needs to throw a high fastball on the inside of the plate and back these guys down, because there's been no accountability for those type people.
Hey, let me ask this. Speaking of that, I don't know if you saw the little press conference that Tim Burchett made with what's the congresswoman from
that was
Minnesota?
Fantastic.
I'm sorry, I'm going to mispronounce her name, but
the Democrat congresswoman, yes,
very democratic, very liberal congresswoman. And there was another congressman who I didn't recognize. Anyway, the 3 or 4 of them were talking about, they have a bill together, bipartisan bill, to stop Congress people from trading stocks. And Burchett, again, I think Burchett is nuttier than a fruitcake, but he's always good for a quote. And he gave a very funny press conference talking about this bill. He used dadgummit about 5 times, I think.
Hey, Mike, here it is. Let's let the listeners
my
hear
jacket.
Here it
There,
is.
and I said, to quote the immortal words of Henry Winkler when he played the Fonz, I always rumble in this jacket, because that's what we're up against. This is a fist fight, folks. Now, first, I guess I need to thank Chairman Stiles and the committee, the House Admin Administration Committee, for taking this up, because I realize what we're up against. I mean, this is, everybody talks about this place being a dadgum swamp. It's not a swamp. A swamp is something cool God created. It filters water. Animal life lives and flourishes around it. This is a sewer. This is created by man, and it needs to stop. We've, for years, Congress has been using hard-working American taxpayers' money to get rich. Dadgum, it's got to stop. America knows what the heck's going on. Everybody wants to knock Pelosi. Heck, she's not even in the top 10. Get on that Unusual Whales site. This is pathetic, folks. We all know what's going on. Congress knows what the hell's going on, and it needs to stop. This body has been enriching itself on the taxpayers' dime for too dadgum long, and it's got to stop. This place is crooked, and is crooked as a dog's leg. That's an old East Tennessee saying, but it's the truth, and it needs to stop. America knows what's going on. We're in committee meetings. We hear things before y'all do. We can make those connections. When you see a member of this body making 400, 500, 600 trades a year, you know something's wrong. Everybody ought to do like I do. I got my buddy Tommy Siler, who invested in my mutual fund. I ended up having to cash it out because my daughter's going to school. I'm not a wealthy man. But look, this thing is broken, and it needs to be fixed. And this is the right avenue to do it. And I want to say something. I'm going to get these guys mad at me, but I really don't care, because they can't vote in my district. This thing ain't going to pass. If we're going to pass something in the House, and then guess what? The Senate will either, one, not take it up, or they'll come back in righteous indignation and say, oh, we need to make this stronger, something totally ridiculous, and they'll send it back to us. This is a scam that's being played on the American public, and it needs to stop. Let's quit with this nonsense. Let's give America a reason to trust Congress for once in our miserable lives. This is our chance to stand up and say, we hear what you're saying, America. We're going to fix this dadgum problem. But we probably won't do it. And I'll remain ticked off the rest of the day because of this. And it needs to stop. I want to thank all these folks, really.
Well, that was it, and that was fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean,
what don't you like about him, Mike?
No, I think he's a little nutty. I think he's I don't always agree with him, but I'll give him this. He's right on this issue, and he's always good for a quote.
He's a lot like John Kennedy of Louisiana, though, isn't he? He does a little TikTok thing where he walks around. I like the guy. I don't know about Clayton. You like him?
I like it. The guy skateboards too, which you just kind of he's a
quirky
great
bird.
skateboard.
He got his first paying job when he got elected.
Listen. I disagree with probably. I disagree with 90% of positions, but I agree with him on this one. He's right on this one, and he's doing it the right way. I'll give him some applause for joining up with the Democrats and doing this. And so yeah, this was a good.
That's as bad as those congressmen that want $500,000 because during the January 6th they checked their phones to see if they had talked to president.
And that's
now they want the right to sue, just to take money out of taxpayer coffers.
I think that was stripped from the bill, but we probably have to go back and pass the Senate again. But the House took it out of that bill. Yeah.
But he was Knoxville mayor, right? I'm just reading about
He
that.
was.
What do you say? He's never had a job, so he went right into. Let's see. I
think he's a farmer,
maybe he
too.
never had a job. He's in '94. He went to the Tennessee General Assembly. Yeah, he's not. At least he hadn't enriched himself. He's no Pelosi.
Well, he said Pelosi's not even in the top 10 there for that.
You may be right. I heard Marjorie Taylor Greene's going from like 500,000 to like 25 million.
700,000.
It's a bipartisan problem. Everybody's doing it, and they should stop.
According to financial disclosures, in 2021 she was worth 700,000. Today she's worth 25 million.
How hard would that be to
Trump's doing it right in our face.
I was sitting in a column one time. You show me someone like that who's gone from $500,000 to $225 million in 6 years. Let me see their tax return. My accountant and I could sit you over a long weekend and tell you how they got it. Let me see it, because why don't we get to see this?
Fees, but not all 25 million is speaking fees.
I know. What I'm saying.
She's more prominent.
You'll get a 1099 or a K1 on or W2 on speaking fees. We'll see where they come and let's see where they're coming from.
And look how many stocks she's traded. You can look it up. It's incredible. I think he was really kind of referring to her because it was over 400 trades, I believe, this year.
Yeah, I just think that and then what committee she's on and what was in the committee. Yeah, they're right. There's no way you get this type of number.
Trump lacks the whole MBS's left hand.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. You're gonna whine about that, right? So I don't think Trump's trading a lot of stocks. He's got True Social, which he did, and then it cost him a lot to be president the first time. Trump probably cost him $1 billion. Macy's pulled this contract.
Well, he's making it back,
folks.
We're back now. You may be right.
Why would Saudi bring 1,000 businessmen over here?
We'll see you next
week. While we watching them on Saudi and in the White House, the businessmen are cutting deals.
See you on Monday.
Okay. Boy, have a good weekend, Mr. York. Have a pleasant
Have a great weekend.
At least twice as many jobs, 190.
Oh, man.